All this week, it's Volunteers Week at St John's Hospice. So I've come to the hospice today to find out more about it. So I'm here in the beautiful courtyard garden at St John's Hospice, and I'm with Nicky Willan, who is the volunteer coordinator. Nicky, tell us what Volunteers Week is all about.
Well, National Volunteers Week starts on the 1st of June till the 7th of June, and it's really a celebration of all the volunteering that goes on throughout the country. And we really wanted to make a big thing of it this year. We usually do something, but we really want to make a big thing of it this year, just to say thank you to the 500 volunteers plus that we have helping us in the hospice and helping us to keep the hospice running as it does so well.
And what sort of thing are you doing to thank the volunteers for their wonderful work?
Well, we always do a display, and it's really an information giving to the rest of the paid staff who don't often realise how many different roles we have. But we're also this year launching a couple of reward schemes for our volunteers, one of which is called Thank You Brew. And we've been around local cafes and businesses asking if they would be generous enough to offer a free refreshment to our volunteers for that week, for Volunteers Week, as our way of just saying thank you to them and showing them that we really appreciate them. And we've got a couple of other reward type things as well that we're doing. But one of our problems is that often our volunteers don't want to be thanked. They just really do it for the love of it anyway. But we want to thank them. We really want to thank them.
Well, it's a very well-earned cup of tea, I'm sure. So tell me some of the types of things that the volunteers do for the hospice.
Okay, well, we've got at last count about 32 different roles, and it's anything from the guy that comes in every week and cleans out our fish tanks to we've got a full-time shop manager in our bear shop who is completely voluntary. So it's a really wide-ranging lot of roles. We also have corporate groups come in. So this week we've had a group from Lancaster and Morecambe College come in to help with our gardens, and then we have people working on the ward, obviously in our shops, on our reception. Many varied things. I couldn't list them.
So the roles are not just here at the hospice in Lancaster, they're all around the area.
Yes, we've got 10 shops and a warehouse going far down to Garstang and up to Kendal, and in each shop there's a paid manager, but the whole staff of the shop is voluntary, and they help sort the donations, steam and rotate the stock and serve the customers. And we just would not literally have shops if it wasn't for our volunteers offering their service free of charge. So in that way they help us obviously keep our costs down and make maximum money, which goes directly into the care of the hospice. As you probably know, David, the hospice is only a third funded by the NHS, and roughly it costs about £11,000 a day to run. So every day we have to raise in the region of £7,000. So we're constantly fundraising, constantly selling things in our shops to bring revenue to the hospice.
When people do volunteer for the hospice, it obviously benefits the hospice enormously, but it also benefits the people who do the volunteering as well, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I mean, you've had a bit of experience of this, haven't you? I, remarkably for me, get thanked a lot for volunteers when I'm actually wanting to thank them for, obviously helping out with the various tasks. But I mean, it's not for everybody, but I would say 9 out of 10 times people find the whole experience very rewarding. Just doing something without remuneration in itself is quite somehow a special thing to do. And of course in our line of work, helping people at this special time in their lives is quite unique, and I think people really take that to the heart and feel like they've given something back. They've really contributed something to people, because who knows when we're going to need these services ourselves.
And you have some very long-standing volunteers, don't you? I know I've met a few of them who've been here right since day one of the hospice.
Last year we celebrated 30 years, so we had quite an event with a marquee in the front of the hospice grounds, and we had 3 volunteers that have been here since 1986, since day one, and they're still working on reception and in our shops. So it's not that everybody stays that long, but certainly there are people that have been here an awful long time and still come in, week out, to give their time.
If people listening think, I'd like to get involved, or I'd like to find out more, what do they need to do?
Just contact us. Either phone us up or pop into the hospice, or go on our website, which is www.sjhospice.org.uk, and go into the volunteers section, and we've got an online application where you can actually fill it out. We obviously advertise our vacancies on there, but it's still worth applying anyway, because the situation changes all the time. So yeah, we'd really appreciate receiving your applications.
Well, I'd like to propose a toast to the volunteers of St John's Hospice during this Volunteers Week, and thank you for telling us all about the great work that they do, Nicky.
Hear, hear.